God has an urgent revelation for you today. 3 people gathered yesterday, planning in secret how to block your blessings and stop your spiritual progress. This isn't just ordinary gossip or coincidence. It's a divine warning sent directly to protect you from this spiritual attack that's been launched against your life. The timing of this message is crucial because these people have already put their plans in motion to interfere with what God has prepared for you. This warning comes with love, to help you recognize, confront, and overcome those who have united against your divine destiny and future success. As you hear these words, understand that God sees these hidden conspiracies against your success and happiness. It's normal to feel confused or frustrated when you've been working hard, but still facing unusual obstacles and delays. Remember that you're being watched over with divine protection even when others plot against you. This warning is your opportunity to recognize and counter these spiritual attacks before they cause more damage in your life. You're receiving this message because there's still time to defend your blessings. Even when the path ahead seems mysteriously blocked, trust that this warning is a blessing itself, because knowing about hidden enemies gives you spiritual power to overcome their plans. What was done in darkness is now being exposed by divine light. As you think about recent setbacks, take time to recognize the spiritual attack happening behind the scenes. Just like invisible dams block the natural flow of a river, these 3 people have created spiritual barriers against your progress and blessings. Pay attention to where you feel unusually stuck, despite your best efforts. Hold on to your faith and determination, but release any naivety about people's true intentions toward you. Just like criminals leave fingerprints at a crime scene, blockers leave spiritual traces in your life. Unexplained conflicts, sudden closed doors, or opportunities that mysteriously fall through at the last moment. This warning isn't meant to make you paranoid, but to illuminate what's been happening in the spiritual realm. Sometimes the greatest obstacles to your success aren't external circumstances, but people close to you who smile to your face while working against you in secret. Recognizing this truth is the first step toward breaking free. This warning about people blocking your blessings is more than just information. It's a spiritual checkpoint calling you to heightened discernment. Now is the time to carefully examine who truly celebrates your success and who seems uncomfortable when you share good news. There's a divine plan still unfolding in your life, and these attacks actually confirm you're on the path to something extraordinary. People don't gather to block small, insignificant blessings. They only conspire against breakthroughs that threaten their position or challenge their ego. See these attacks as spiritual confirmation of your coming elevation. When obstacles feel overwhelming, reach out in prayer for protection and discernment. God is always ready to reveal who belongs in your circle and who doesn't. In quiet moments of prayer, pay attention to which names or faces come to mind. These gentle revelations are divine guidance, helping you identify blessing blockers. Not everyone who claims to support you is actually supporting you, and discerning the difference requires spiritual wisdom that goes beyond surface appearances and empty words. As we've discussed this divine warning about people blocking your blessings, I'd like to help you receive more protective spiritual guidance. If these revelations about hidden opposition resonate with your spirit, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more divine warnings and protective messages. Each notification represents another shield of spiritual protection, helping you recognize and overcome those who work against your divine destiny. Pay attention to specific signs revealing who these 3 blessing blockers might be. These aren't just coincidences. They're divine clues sent to help you identify who's working against you. Notice who drains your energy after interactions, leaving you feeling inexplicably tired or doubtful about your path. Watch for people who change the subject when you share good news, or who offer advice that subtly discourages you from pursuing your dreams. You might experience recurring dreams about certain people that leave you feeling uneasy, or notice how some relationships always involve drama right before your important moments. Trust your spiritual instincts about who doesn't genuinely celebrate your success. That quiet voice inside warning you about someone isn't paranoia, it's divine protection guiding you. When you feel sudden hesitation about sharing an opportunity with someone, when your stomach tightens around certain people, or when you feel relief when someone cancels plans, your spirit is communicating important truth. These intuitive warnings are heaven's protection system working through you, showing exactly who to be careful around. Notice these feelings, honor their message, and adjust your boundaries accordingly. God often warns about false friends through subtle feelings before revealing their actions, giving you time to protect your spirit and your blessings. Remember, you're not facing these spiritual attacks alone. God is with you, surrounding you with protection, even as these three people scheme against your progress. Around you stands a heavenly host of angels, spiritual warriors and divine helpers, all working to counter every plot formed against your blessings. This warning is designed to activate your spiritual awareness, not to cause fear, and every blessing meant for you is ultimately protected by divine power. Be thankful for this revelation, for it shows how valuable your destiny is to God's plan. Each step you take with this knowledge brings you closer to breaking through every blockage placed in your path. The universe is working overtime to ensure that what's divinely assigned to you cannot be permanently stolen or diverted. Those who gathered against you didn't realize they were challenging not just you, but the divine purpose connected to your life. No weapon formed against you shall prosper when you're aligned with your purpose. Their secret meeting has now been exposed in the spiritual realm, weakening its power over your life. Divine timing, God's perfect clock, is working in your situation right now. When you receive a warning about blessing blockers exactly when you needed this insight, that's sacred timing at work. This revelation comes precisely when you're strong enough to handle it and wise enough to use it properly. These moments show you're connected to heaven's communication system, living in harmony with divine guidance. As you recognize the perfect timing of this warning, let it build your confidence in God's oversight of your life. Each revelation confirms you're being watched over with loving care. Pay attention to the timing of when certain people entered your life and when problems began. These patterns aren't random, but part of what's being revealed to you now. Keep your heart open to further divine insights about who belongs in your circle. The more you acknowledge these timely warnings, the more protection flows into your life. Just as you receive these divine revelations about blessing blockers, your support helps us continue sharing similar protective warnings with others facing hidden opposition. A small super thanks of $5, $10, or $20 allows these critical spiritual alerts to reach those who don't yet realize why their blessings keep disappearing. Your support creates a spiritual shield extending beyond your own life to protect countless others who need divine guidance about the secret meetings happening against their success. As you process this revelation about people blocking your blessings, believe that their attacks will actually accelerate your success. Just like pressure transforms coal into diamonds, opposition can activate your greatest strengths and determination. God allows these challenges not to harm you, but to prepare you for holding greater blessings that require stronger character. Focus on developing unshakable faith, because that spiritual strength disarms every weapon formed against you. When you respond to opposition with grace and determination instead of fear or revenge, wonderful transformations begin in your spirit. Opportunities you never imagined start appearing in place of those that were blocked. Every step you take in faith, despite others' attempts to discourage you, brings you closer to blessings they can't imagine and could never block. Stay authentic in your journey, because your genuine connection with God frustrates every plan of your enemies. What they meant to block your progress will instead become the very foundation of your breakthrough. Their gathering has only positioned you for divine intervention that will multiply what they tried to steal. As you prepare to counter these blessing blockers, make it a habit to declare daily, "My blessings are divinely protected and unstoppable." Speak these words with complete confidence each morning and night. This simple practice creates a spiritual shield that their negative intentions cannot penetrate. When worry about their plans creeps in, or when obstacles seem overwhelming, pause for a moment. Use this time to breathe deeply and reconnect with the divine power that far exceeds any human plotting. Trust that for every door they try to close, God is preparing to open 2 more specially designed for you. Begin each day by visualizing a protective light surrounding your goals, relationships, and opportunities. When you combine faith with specific protective prayers, you create pathways for miracles that bypass human interference. Cover your plans in the privacy of prayer, rather than announcing everything publicly where blessing blockers can target your dreams. Your words have power, so speak life over what seems delayed or blocked. Remember that spiritual protection is activated through both faith and wisdom, knowing who deserves your trust and who doesn't. During this challenging revelation about people blocking your blessings, you're being offered a powerful opportunity for spiritual growth through forgiveness. This doesn't mean allowing harmful people continued access to your life. It means releasing the emotional burden of their betrayal. Each day gives you new chances to rise above their level by refusing to plot revenge or speak curses over them. As you pray for your own protection, remember that blessing blockers are often operating from their own wounds and insecurities. Your experience can eventually help others who face similar betrayal. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but choosing to move forward unburdened by bitterness. Use this revelation to build more authentic relationships with those who genuinely support your growth. Embrace each day as an opportunity to demonstrate spiritual maturity, showing that your connection to blessing is stronger than any human interference. In this journey, we become spiritually elevated by responding to betrayal with dignity, rather than matching negativity with negativity. True victory comes not just from receiving your blocked blessings, but from maintaining your spiritual integrity throughout the process. Now let's address specific spiritual techniques to neutralize what was established in that meeting against you. First, just as Daniel continued praying despite opposition, maintain consistent spiritual practices that strengthen your divine connection. Instead of obsessing over who these 3 people might be, redirect that energy into faith, building activities that accelerate your progress. Speak declarations that specifically counter any words spoken against your success. What was meant to harm me fails completely, and what was meant for my good succeeds beyond expectation. Create spiritual distance by disconnecting soul ties with suspected blessing blockers. Reduce information you share with them and emotionally detach from their approval. Remember biblical examples like Joseph, whose brothers gathered to block his dream, yet their very actions positioned him for greater blessing. Claim delayed blessings with renewed authority, understanding that temporary blockage often precedes unusual multiplication of what was withheld. In closing, as we face the reality of those who gathered against your blessings, let's move forward with spiritual awareness and divine protection. Be prepared to recognize blessing blockers, maintain healthy boundaries, and watch as God transforms their obstacles into your opportunities. Trust in the power of prayer to expose what's hidden and protect what's valuable in your life. You are on a divinely guided path that no human conspiracy can permanently obstruct. Keep declaring, "My blessings are divinely protected and unstoppable," and watch as heavenly intervention dismantles every plan formed against your progress, releasing delayed blessings with perfect timing. If this divine warning about blessing blockers has strengthened your spiritual discernment, Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more protective guidance. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a divine alert meant to shield your blessings. When you share this message, you extend spiritual protection to others facing hidden opposition. Each person who receives this warning through you becomes safer from those gathering against their purpose. Dear Lord, please break every blockage formed against our blessings and expose the plans of spiritual enemies. Replace what was stolen with double portions of favor and opportunity. Amen. If this divine revelation has helped you identify blessing blockers in your life, consider showing your appreciation with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20 or more. Your support helps us continue sharing these protective warnings with others who don't yet realize why their blessings keep disappearing. Please share in the comments what spiritual protection topics you'd like to hear about in our next video. Your suggestions help us bring you the divine guidance most relevant to your current spiritual battles.